I saw some redfish and they were tucked up literally right next to the rocks. I mean, no more than 3 feet off of them. It's been slow. Oh, well, hello. Uh-oh. Alright, we're doing it. Out in the ocean, finally, man. Oh, I love it out here. I'm just so happy to be on the ocean once again. And I really don't care what we catch. I'm bringing 2 rods, big setup and a small setup. So we're gonna do some multi-species fishing on artificial. And I've also got some frozen mullet that I'm gonna cut up and send down on the big rod. Hopefully we catch ourselves really big redfish today. There are some 40+ inchers out here this time of year, so that would be absolutely insane. But realistically, I'd say anything over 30, that's a win. And honestly, just being out here is a win in general. But got about a 20-25 minute paddle out to the spot, and hopefully we'll get on them. So I'll see you guys out there. We have made it out to the rocks, and most of the people in their boats, they tend to fish way off toward the end of the jetty. I'm gonna try to separate myself from the crowd and really focus on the shallower part. I feel like there still just has to be those big redfish here as versus there. There's only about like a 5 to 10 foot difference in depth from the beginning to the end. So I'm gonna put out the big cut bait behind me, just let it drift. We're gonna pick apart all of these rocks with the artificial lure, and like I said, we're gonna have 2 categories that we're gonna be keeping track of today. The biggest fish of the day and how many species we can catch. It's really fun coming out here just because there's such a variety that you can come across. But we're here, time to get the knife out, cut up some mullet, and get going with it. So the goal here is to not catch, well, obviously the goal is to catch a giant, but I wanna get on the board first. So our first chunk is just gonna be a little like 1.5 to 2 inch piece. Nothing crazy. We're just gonna see what we're working with that guy right there. And then if we start getting luck with the smaller bites, then we'll work our way up and I'll throw like a big old mullet head on or something. But first things first is we have to catch a fish. Gonna get a little bit closer to the jetty, fling it out there and just chill out. It's gonna be fun. It's that time of the year when the monsters are around, so it's like there's some anticipation, you know? We could get potentially a 40-inch fish today, which is pretty cool to think about. All right, out she goes. Not going super far from myself, just gonna keep it like, you know, 15-20 feet behind the kayak. Nothing crazy. Now we're just gonna drift really slow. I'm gonna come in a little bit closer and fish these rocks thoroughly. What do we think the first fish of the day is gonna be? I'm gonna say a sea bass. It's probably the most probable. There we go. Fish on within like 2 seconds. He's pulling. Oh, it's a blue. Oh Lord, don't bite me off, please. Blue fish in seconds. It's not a bad bluefish. It's gonna make us soaked, I bet. Guarantee it. All right. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? What's up, dude? I'm sorry. Okay, okay, he didn't ruin everything. Nice. Those things have some crazy teeth, so that's good. He got off. I chose this lure because it looks just like a silverside minnow, which is what's schooling around these rocks this time of year. And it just matches the hatch really well. Oh my gosh, we just got smoked on the big bait. Dude, what the heck was that? Oh, he's still trying to get it. Oh, come on. Yeah, we got him, I think. Yep. Is he on there? Whoa, he hit it so hard, but I don't know if he's that big. He's swimming all around us, oh Lord. Oh, dude, it's a bluefish. Are you serious? And there's like 50 following him. We might be bluefished out. All right, well, there's fish number 2. And it's a blue. Alrighty. Wow, these guys might be tough to work with if there's this many of them. We could have showed them to you, but we still have this bait. I'm gonna use it again. There we go. Another blue. It's the day of the bluefish, man. They're strong and they're fun little fish to catch, but I want a little more variety. Mainly their teeth. Just don't want them to fry up my leader, snap off my hook. Oh, just have so much energy. It's just like that perfect size where they're not like super big to the point where it's actually like pretty cool, but they're not so tiny where you can just drag them in and get them off the hook quick. I'll show you this one. So that's our bluefish right there. You can see big old forked tail. This thing is built for speed. They're constantly swimming. They're super fast, crazy aggressive, and we don't get them too big around here. Biggest I've seen them have been maybe in the 3 to 5 pound range, but up in the Northeast when they're making those big runs, you'll get 10, 15 plus pounders. Those I'm sure are a blast, but like this little 1 pounder, if not less than 1 pounder, they're a little bit of a nuisance, but they're cool. I think we got, oh, we had one on there. We had a fish on the whole time on the big rod. All right, we're gonna put a big head out just cause I want to. That's because why. We're gonna get a little bit further off of the rocks, plop it out behind us. Come on, we need a monster red, guys. All right, we've made the switch to a little grub right here on a jig head. Looks pretty tasty. I'm gonna check our cut bait behind us, see how that's doing, and we'll kind of reset. But we're gonna fish the whole length of these rocks. Let's see what's going on back there. Just getting torn up by bait stealers, dude. It's no fun. Just haul it out. All right, well, guess we'll leave it out. Are my chances going down if I'm, because I don't want to waste bait, but I guess I'll just put on a little piece to go on with the head or something. Do this right here. Boom. See how that goes. All right, curiosity's killing me. I think I'm gonna go all the way to the end of the jetty and just try to sink these big baits. I haven't had any luck. It's been slow. Oh, well, hello. That would be a shark. Okay. I think that's a shark. Holy crap. Yeah. I think we got a shark on here, no doubt. Oh Lord. He's on the surface out there. Oh yeah, dude, he's thrashing like crazy. I think he might have just got off. No, he's swimming toward us. Yikes. This is not what we want to hook from the kayak, guys. Oh, this might be interesting. I feel bad. I might have to clip the line on him. Just for my safety, I'm not prepared for sharks. Huge head shakes. Yeah, he is just shaking his big old head, man. Yeah. Would not mind if he bit through the line here. Let him turn the kayak. Yeah, it's a good sized shark. What kind of shark are you? Fine tooth? Or is that a black nose? It might be a black nose shark. Can't tell. It's kind of hard to identify. He's big though. That's what's making me think it might. If it's a black nose, it's a very respectable black nose. He's big. He must be hooked so perfectly. Yeah. Gosh, he's giving me a workout, man. What are you? I don't even know what type of shark you are. Good Lord. Maybe a black nose? But I don't know if black nose even get this big. I'm very surprised he hasn't bit through the line. I just can't risk getting bit by him, and I only have like needle nose pliers. So, man, I feel bad. Just don't have a good way to control this animal. I think that's a big. Oh, perfect. He just bit through the line. I really don't know what species of shark that was. I'll have to look back at the footage. It honestly might have been like an enormous black nose shark, but if it was, that was like just a giant. They don't always have the black on the nose, but they kind of have like this greenish hue to them. And it wasn't a sandbar shark. It wasn't a fine-toothed shark. I'm not sure. It was cool. I feel bad leaving the hook in him, but he did that by himself. I'm just, yeah, I wasn't expecting a shark to stay on that well. This is only 30, or is this, I think, yeah, 30 pound leader on here. This might be 50 actually. I think this is 50, but you got all the way to the side of the kayak. All right, we'll throw another hook on. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit defeated. I had my hopes up for today. I thought I would get at least a redfish. It's the first time I've been out here and haven't had a redfish. I really don't want to throw the lure anymore. I'm kind of sick and tired of it, honestly. I've been throwing that thing non-stop for hours, and all I've caught have been like those 4 or 5 bluefish. I'm probably not gonna even show all of them in the video. But I'm about to cut up an absolute monster piece of bait and just chuck it out, and I'm just gonna relax, catch some rays. Even though I probably don't need them, I'm so white, and I'm probably just gonna get sunburned, but man, it's slow out here. Uh-oh. All right, boys, we got an interesting scenario. We're hooked on to a fish, and I'm trying to land the drone. And I think it's another shark. This is fun. I'm staring right into the sun. Come on. God, dude. Such a pain in the ass. Stop. All right, somehow we're still hooked up to this shark. It's definitely a shark. Golly. All right, sorry, drone. I know you didn't like that. Okay. Thing is way out there, bro. Just sharky day. Oh man, this one feels even bigger than the last one. At least the way it's pulling. Pulling my kayak backwards against the tide. Sorry, bro, you're just gonna have to hang tight for a second before I start fighting you. Gotta make sure all of my things are put away. That's so funny, dude. Gosh. It's definitely falling. There's a big school of menhaden that just came through, and I was just about to get a shot of him. And then this guy just slammed it out of nowhere. Put everything up. There's no urgency for this thing because it is absolutely another shark. And it's so funny how they're getting hooked very well. It's like, it's so goofy, dude. I don't know how they're staying on. It's hooked like perfectly in the corner. Alright. Drone is back in the bag. Okay, pliers are right there. This is something big. Oh man. Oh, there he went. That was a big shark. That one just was pulling a lot harder than that last one I got. The last one I got, boat side, it was about 4 feet long, maybe slightly longer. I'm sure this one was at least 5 feet. But we weren't gonna do anything with him regardless, so. Something huge just popped. There must have been a dolphin. but something enormous just surfaced like what looked like almost a mile away. Watched it have been a whale. Lose my mind. Dang, did it take my whole rig? No, I still feel my weight. I think the weight's still on there. Yeah, it just bit through the leader. Okay. All right, so I just put the drone up for giggles and I flew it right along the rocks and I saw some redfish and they were tucked up literally right next to the rocks. I mean, no more than 3 feet off of them. So I tied on this shrimp right here and I'm probably gonna break this thing off in about 3 seconds, but we're gonna put it as close to these rocks as we possibly can. And I'm gonna kind of just work it shallow just so it doesn't sink down into the snags. Maybe we'll get lucky. I'm gonna go all the way down to the end here. Then once we get there, it'll probably be around that time to start wrapping up. But all we've got so far are sharks and bait stealers playing with the mullet. So, man, just give me one red. Just give me one. That's all we need. Oh, yo, I just got smoked. And it's gone. What the heck? That was a bluefish. That was 100% a bluefish. Cleanest cut I've ever seen in my life. Bro, are you kidding me? Well, I think this might be the end of the line for fishing today. A little bit disheartening. Tough day out here, man. I've never had a bad day at the jetties so far, but this was the first tough one. Goes to show it's not the infinitely awesome fishing spot, I guess. But still had fun, still tugged on some big critters. I'll be back out soon. We're still on the mission to get this big bull red from the kayak over 40 inches before the season ends. So whenever I have the opportunity to get out here, I'll take advantage of it. I'm gonna drift just a little bit longer with this bait. If I catch something, I'll let you know. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.